Good morning, everybody. Tom and I are in Jupiter this morning, and we're in Riverland Park, and we're going to pedal these Hobie kayaks down the Loxahatchee slough, and this leads into Jonathan Dickinson State Park. It's the most pristine cypress slough in South Florida. It gets real pretty back here. As a kid, I grew up doing this. My parents used to drop me off when I was probably like 10, 11 years old. They used to drop me off back here with my canoe, and I would fish the whole river, and saying it doesn't mean anything, but it would take me from about 5:30 in the morning till about 5:30 in the afternoon to make it back to my parents' house. And it's what I grew up doing, and I want you guys to see what it's like back here. So we're at the first of two similar areas that they've built back here, and it's basically like a log dam. The water, when we have a lot of rain like now, can run over it. It always runs over it, almost like a little waterfall. But if we have a hurricane and we have a crazy high tide, it stops the salt water from getting to these cypress trees. Because if you look at the size of these cypress trees, and there's bigger ones downstream from us, they want to protect this. Too much salt water could kill them off. These weren't here when I was a kid. And I remember them being built, and I think this is the second version of them. They have this little walkway where you can bring your kayak over or your canoe safely. Sometimes when you come over here, this is loaded with water snakes. I didn't see any when we pulled up, but it's a good spot to see them. I have an interesting story when we get to the second one about a giant alligator. Hopefully Tom and I don't relive it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I would hate that encounter. Let's see.
So predatory fish will sit by things like this, because this is basically a conveyor belt of food for them. There's brim and young bass, shiners, just being brought to them, and they're sitting on the bottom right there. If I had this fluke weighted, I could drop it down on the bottom side of that little fall. It doesn't help that we're talking loud either, but the fish are here. You can see my bait looks like a little bait fish in that current. No, not so much now, it did before.
So I was trying to set up a time lapse of us going through. Lost my Yeti, retrieved it, then lost my paddle. Got stuck on multiple down trees. Fun stuff, fun stuff.
Quick break to ask you to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Now back to the video.
Alright guys, we have, I don't know if that's gonna come out on camera, and I'm about to run it over.
Coming right to me?
Yeah, and I think I'm right above it. Yeah.
I'm betting there's more than one too.
Right.
That one was pretty young.
We just came across a manatee. We tried not to scare it, and then we crashed. Is that what I'm seeing right there?
It has to deal with the same current to navigate that we are.
Right. Just kind of along for the ride, huh? All right, so we're about to land at the second little rapids, waterfall, man-made thing that we stopped at earlier. Making approach. Fins. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
I know, it's a lot.
And I almost crushed it.
It's a lot of moving parts to like get used to.
Yeah, it's a little bit of sensory overload a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Cool. So I definitely thought I was getting a good hang of this. And then every time I think that, I immediately crash. As soon as I'm like, you know what? I nailed 2 or 3 nice turns. I'm looking way ahead so I know what's coming up, and then immediately just
Well, it's hard because there's so
nail a
much to
tree.
look at.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get comfortable, you start looking at stuff, and then the current takes you right into the tree.
I'm gonna go around, show you guys around a little bit. So Jerry was telling me earlier that this was one of the last stands for Native Americans. I guess this area, this park included, is one of the highest.
It would have been the last dry ground in South Florida. So the Native Americans would have made their dugout canoes from the cypress trees and escaped into the Everglades.
All right, Jerry's been casting for a little bit. Looks like we got something.
Little bass. Little guy.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody plays video games, but the game Zelda on the Switch, that's kind of what the fish looks like on the game when you fish one out.
Really?
Yeah, they're just like little greenish, brownish bass.
Probably the most common sport fish in North America.
It is very pretty. It's 8:35 in the morning. Nice and cool. Quite a few mosquitoes, but beautiful.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I've been bit once, twice.
We're about to wrap this up.
All right, guys. Well, that was fun. I introduced Tom to something new. You said you wouldn't even known it was here if I didn't take you this morning.
I had no idea this place was here, nor did I know, since I met you, now I've known, but that these things existed. So
These kayaks are awesome. So I have lower back issues, and I started pedaling Hobie kayaks pretty much as soon as they came out. So most of my adult life, I've been pedaling these things, and they've evolved over the years. And they even have one with a 360 drive that has a separate knob that turns the lower half of the drive system, and the thing could literally do water ballet, and it's amazing for fishing around docks and shorelines and stuff. But they started noticing all my posts on Facebook years ago for snook, and they sponsored me for snook fishing and everything. And then COVID hit, and that was all like pretty dead in the water. And this was the first good year to really make use of my sponsorship, and I vouched to like start fishing the redfish series and doing more tournaments for them. And then the whole divorce situation hit, and everything has been dead in the water, and I feel really bad about it. I think my cages are to a point where I'm gonna start poking out more and snook fishing. I know mullet run is gonna be the end of this summer, the fall, so I'm gonna be doing a bunch more snook fishing, and I think I'm even gonna be shooting a fishing video this afternoon with my buddy Johnny. But yeah, Hobie kayaks, that's the company to check out. Pedaled power, they even have paddle kayaks as well. It's an amazing company, and I am sponsored directly through nauticalventures.com. They have locations all over Florida. They've been very good to me, and I want to give them a shout out and thank them, because I really haven't done right by my sponsorship, and I haven't posted enough, and I feel really horrible about it. But I'm gonna try and make up for that the second half of this year and do a lot more. But today was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. And you can drink beers while you pedal.
Yes, you can.
Not mad at that.
We didn't see as much wildlife. We saw the manatee. We saw a big owl, which we didn't get on film. We saw a bunch of turtles. I saw one soft shell turtle at the end. Yeah. Saw some tarpon rolling. We definitely scared up some big snook. Yeah. And one bass, but I wasn't really fishing
and
hard.
those pink eggs.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to film that towards the end. The apple snail eggs, which are on all the cypress tree knees and the branches coming out of the water. It's a apple-sized snail that'll crawl out of the water and lay its pink eggs just outside of the water line. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, no, fun time. Very, very fun. All right, guys. We'll come again. Definitely. Until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.